Hey guys, it's Heather here, and today I thought, why not do something a little bit different? And so I sent out some tweets, sent out a Facebook post asking you guys for your questions, and said, hey, I'll answer them, put in a video for you. So here we go. Let me know what you think of this. Leave a comment if you like it. If you like it and you have questions too, leave a comment down below with a let's talk or an LT, and I can respond to that in a future video if this one goes well enough and you guys are interested enough. So first question that came in from Stephen McQuignoy. He asked, will you be updating your videos to reflect the changes that have happened? Yeah, likely I will. It always seems like as soon as I get geared up to start doing a new tutorial, there comes up with some new update that changes everything. But yeah, I'm always looking at what changes have affected, especially for the attacks that are really popular and what should change on those. I'm really happy with the Town Hall 8 Gova whatever lows and ho videos, because I really focused on those videos about using the spells for the Valkyrie and for, you know, your core troops, where that was kind of controversial at the time. Should you use it more for the outside hogs or the balloons, or should you use it for the Valkyrie? And I think the consensus now is going to be that you use the spells more for the Valkyrie. So I have to, you know, once I play around with that some more, I might have to readdress some of those tutorials and, you know, do updates for them. Yeah, definitely. Diesel Dynamic asks, due to all the updates, do you think the Supercell is phasing out Town Hall 8 out of Clash of Clans? So I'm guessing what he's asking here is, do I think that there's not going to be any updates for Town Hall 8 and that the updates are just going to be focused on the higher town halls as we get higher and higher? And probably things are going to be focused more, as they should be, on the higher town halls and the new content goes there. But you'll see usually with the updates there's things that trickle down and affect the lower town hall levels. So, you know, Valkyries definitely are getting affected at Town Hall 8 by this update. I would still like to see some other things coming out, especially for Town Hall 7. I really think that once Town Hall 7 got that third air defense, they really should have the dark spell too, and they should be able to get an earthquake donated to them, so it could open up some more options for them with doing their dragon attacks. So Cold September Shaggy asks, does it make you happy that redheads have gone mainstream? Weren't they always mainstream? I thought they were like the most important troop in the game. What are you talking about, man? Yeah, I'm happy about Valkyries going more mainstream. What I'm most happy about is it does seem that Valkyries are getting a place in higher Town Hall level attacks. You're going to see them at Town Hall 10, you're going to see them at Town Hall 11. Now, we've always had the talk in the war community that Town Hall 9 is where it's at because it's balanced. And there's been some things that have happened where people feel like that balance has been thwarted. But really, I think what the juicy thing is at Town Hall 9 that makes it so much fun is you have access to like every troop in the game, and they're viable at Town Hall 9. You can use them and you can mix and mash them and do all these awesome cool attacks that once you go to Town Hall 10 and you're facing Infernos, a lot of those attacks really don't work anymore. So I'm glad to see now at Town Hall 10, Town Hall 11 that there is room to use more troop compositions and try new things out. And then plus the fact that the Town Hall 10s and 11s got the bowler, which should hopefully give us a few more options as well. So Judo Sloth asks, what's your opinion on having attack time based on Town Hall level, but also implementing a penalty system similar to the loot penalty? I don't know about this. I wasn't a huge fan of the time limit going to 3.5. Yeah, I absolutely love it when I'm farming, doing queen walk, and in 3.5 minutes I could just choose my queen and she can take out the whole base, and probably a good reason to have that knocked back down to 3. But the reason I didn't like the 3.5 minutes is it kind of got a little bit slow and boring. You know, you had plenty of time to walk your queen around the outside and you're like watching these replays for 1.5 minutes and nothing's happening, or people would just take their sweet time taking care of the, you know, the clan castle. So I like the idea, you know, as long as everybody has the same amount of time, then, you know, it's all fair. So I do like the idea of having 3 minutes just to make it more exciting. And you gotta be able to multitask a bit more. You gotta start adding those troops into your queen walk a lot faster than you did in the past. Alright, Raise Infinity asks, a few wall breakers, a clan castle of giants, a jump spell, and a horde of max goblins are taking out Town Hall 11s. Effective way to push? Well, yeah, anything's gonna take out Town Hall 11s is probably an effective way to push. especially for troops that are so cheap and fast to build. I love goblins. I'm glad that we got another level to goblins. One of my favorite ways to farm, especially as a new Town Hall 9 when I got the jump spell, was going in against, max storages where they had those storages in every single compartment, and maybe like the clan castle was in the center, its own little compartment, and I just drop a jump spell on that center on the clan castle and a heal spell and just send in mass goblins and then just jump into every single compartment and just take it all down. So I'm excited about using goblins again. I like goblins. I put them in my clan castle all the time for defense. I think they're awesome. I like their speed. All right, 14th, you want to know, do I ever plan on attending Kingdom Takeover? Probably not. Probably not so much my style, but I'm glad you guys have fun with it. Eagle X Official, how old are you? And are you single or taken? Yeah, I get asked this question quite a lot. I think it's kind of funny. I think it's funny because when people ask me my age, I usually respond with, how old do you think I am? And typically they think I am very close in age to how old they are. So I'm anywhere from 18 to 30 is usually the range that people guess. So I'll just put it out there. Yes, I am in my 30s, and I'll be saying I'm in my 30s for a long time, even when I'm not in my 30s. I'm probably just going to keep saying that I'm in my 30s. And nope, I'm not single. All right, Clash Attacks with Joe. How do you, as the tutor, know what the community wants to see in your content? The reason I got started doing YouTube videos is I felt like there was something lacking in the YouTube videos for a demographic that really needed help. I didn't see a lot of videos that were targeted towards lower town halls, like Town Hall 7 and Town Hall 8. And those were the people that were joining our clan and struggling the most. So it's kind of just like looking and seeing what was lacking out there in the community. And even things that were there, like looking and saying, well, I think I could explain that better. So it was mainly about just noticing ways that I needed my clanmates to be able to improve, or ways that, I want to improve, things that I could see that could be done better, and then working on it and doing a video for it. Justin Bustamante asks, is there ever a time you drop by any of the Kingdom clans? Be a nice exclusive perk of making it into the Kingdom, especially if you're chosen for green goats. I don't know why that's funny. Alright, I think you're growing in popularity. It might be good to give the members who did make it through a chance to see more of you than just videos. Yeah, I do try to make it. I have an account in every Kingdom clan. Mainly so I can go get replays and just to be able to hop in easily if there's something going on, leader needs something. I do wars from time to time. I actually just did some war attacks in Green Goats like a couple of days ago. So it does happen. But the most important thing to me is that I am in daily contact with all the leaders in the Kingdom clan. So if anything's going on, they can get a hold of me easily, and then it just kind of filters down that way. But yeah, I would like to be more available in each of the clans. It's just getting kind of difficult to do with the number of people that we have involved. All right, hey Brennan, yes, first with the call changes in hit points and attack speed, does this help or hurt Go Valo? I think it helps. If you got some issues you got to kind of work out with the Valkyrie, because they run ahead so fast and they don't have as many hit points, and you definitely need to have heal spells for those Valkyrie. So they're not getting as much help from the golems as they had in the past. So there's some tweaks that need to happen there, but I think it's going to make Gova Lo and Gova Ho even more effective as attacks. And the second question, everyone thought 0.5s would be gone after the update, but it seems that it's making defense heavier, that they're here to stay. I also think that's okay. After all, if you have max defense and mediocre offense, you are in for long wars. Offense is what I stress in updating town halls. Thanks to your video on the updating and your Clutch Clan knowledge that you impart to the community, and your bindle chat is just awesome. Thanks from this grandfather. Yeah, I kind of was concerned about 0.5s going away as well, not because of what they said when they came out and were kind of explaining how things were going to change with the war matchup. It made it sound like 0.5s were definitely stronger than ever. But then you heard a lot of people talking that with exclusive information from Supercell that no, 0.5s are going away. So from what I've seen from my experience, 0.5 is alive and kicking our trash for sure, especially 9.5s. I think that's still definitely the way to go. The only downside to 0.5s is I think that they're really messing with your ranged wars and being able to match up. They don't match up. So that's the downside of 0.5s. But as far as having 0.5s in your clan for regular warring, it seems like it's still the best way to go. And like I've always said, never do 0.5 to a super extreme. 0.5 is just, make sure that you are able to have an offense that can 3-star your own defense and probably a little bit higher before you start adding more defensive buildings. All right, Fakes and Shahid, I guess there'll be Clan War tournaments of some sorts in the upcoming updates. What do you think and what's your point of view about that? That's something I talked about in that video with Clash with Ash. I'll link to it right here, but you should check that out because I think Clan War tournaments is a great start, and I'd really like to see that coming to Clash of Clans soon. All right, Chili Willy, you asked, do I get annoyed by people asking for a face reveal all the time? I know I would be. No, it doesn't annoy me. I just think it's kind of funny. I just know that I'm not ready to go there yet. And so I'm not going to do a face reveal just because people are asking for it. I don't feel like there's a ton of people asking for it, but there are some who are asking for it. And yeah, it's totally legit to be curious. I'm sure I'll do it at some point. If I keep doing this, and I'd like to keep doing this, then it's just a natural progression that I would do a face reveal and open up more about my public life. But right now it's kind of nice to just stay private and not take things a little, too serious, and not be, because once I put that kind of stuff out there about myself, I can't take it back. So I'm just being really cautious about that. Sick Blazer, I know this is not very Clash related, but what are your thoughts on Clash Royale? I love Clash Royale. I don't know if it's as fun to watch as Clash of Clans. In some ways it is, but I think it's something that people really had to get in and start playing. But yeah, I love Clash Royale. I play it every day. TJ Neil asks, what's your favorite attack strategy for Town Hall 8? Probably the Hogan. I really like that attack. Probably because I spent so much time working on that attack and trying to figure out the ins and outs. Maybe Hogan with the BBQ, so Dragon Rider with the Bulbul Quake. Those kind of attacks I think are pretty fun. All right, Mini724 asks, what games do you play besides Clash of Clans and Clash Royale? I've been a huge fan of video games and played video games ever since I can remember, ever since I was really little. I remember playing Atari. I remember begging my parents for a Nintendo with my brothers. They even have a letter that we wrote them outlining all the reasons that we should have a Nintendo and how it's going to improve us academically, and just this huge list of why we should have it. And we eventually did get one. We had to buy it ourselves, and that was huge. I remember many summers playing the Nintendo and just loving any game. It's like Mario, RPGs, loved like Final Fantasy and Dragon Warrior and Death Stave and Emperors. All those games, just played them to death. Played a lot of like fighting games, a lot of strategy games, just everything. So we owned like every Nintendo system that's come out in the US, all the way through the Wii. We've had like a Sega Genesis, Xbox 360, PlayStations, all that kind of stuff. So I've been huge into video games, plus PC based video games too. And one type of game that I don't play, and I should say probably because I am so completely awful at this game, it's not that I won't play it, it's just I am terrible at this game, is first person shooters. I'll be the person that has the soldier in the corner jumping up and down, and I can't get out of the corner, and I can't fire at anybody, and just keep getting shot in the back. That's me playing a first person shooter. The other games that I absolutely love to play are musical based games like Rock Band. I love having people over, getting that all hooked up, having it blasting through the speakers, and getting some people playing all the different instruments. So yeah, that's a blast. But right now, I don't play a whole heck of a lot unless it's, on my phone or iPad. So yeah, most of my time is spent with Clash of Clans, Clash Royale. I do like to play from time to time, playing Mario with the kids is a blast, playing Mario Kart. I like the Xbox 360 using the Kinect. So yeah, been a huge fan of video games. I grew up with all brothers. I have all boys in the family, so I'm big into games. Titus asks, will there be a time you would consider streaming, whether it just be messing around and farming or an actual war? And he asked this a little while ago, and yes, I've started streaming now. I'm on Camcord. My username's Clash Tutor. Go follow me there and you'll get a notification when I stream. I started streaming our last war against Cold Sep. It was just kind of random. I just jumped on Camcord and thought, hey, this would be kind of cool. I'll just throw up some war attacks because people in the kingdom wanted to see what was going on. And it just went kind of crazy. I didn't really know what I was doing. So I've done a little bit of streaming since then. We have an arranged war coming up here in April next weekend, I believe it is. Maybe it's the weekend after that. And I'll hopefully be doing some streaming from that war as well. Louis Geraldo asks, why is your main account always in Wells? My Heather account is typically always in Wells right now and has been for a little bit. I used to always be in Purple Pigs. That was the clan that I created as the first clan, but Wells has a lot more Town Hall 10s and Town Hall 11s now, and I found that with my Town Hall 10 account, that's really helpful to be in wars with other Town Hall 10s. I feel like I've grown a lot more as a Town Hall 10, being able to war with other Town Hall 10s. So that's the reason why my account's over in Wells. Plus there's quite a few people who are in Wells who I've been playing with for a long time, and that's just kind of fun to keep playing with those guys. All right, Nick Maz asks, are you in another clan outside of the kingdom? Nope, I'm not. I am just in the Kingdom clans. I have been in other clans in the past just for fun. I was in Barbarian Party for a little bit on an account. I was in LP3 Chiron, did some wars there too, and it was just an experience for me to go try some other clans, see how things are run, get some ideas, see what they're like. But yeah, for the most part, I am exclusively in the Kingdom clans. And finally, Hot Potato Gaming asks, what's the most epic war you have been in or watched? So a couple that really stand out in my mind. First would have been when we got randomly matched up against Barbarian Party, and I thought that was really cool to go up against Cam's clan. I was just doing a little bit of YouTube at the time and loved his videos, and that was really cool to go up against them and to beat them. So that was fun. Probably though, the most epic war would be our first arranged war against Cult Sep, and it came down right to the final minutes. We only lost by 2. They were streaming the whole time, and we were on like the entire weekend. Everybody was online, and it was just like pure mad awesome chaos, and it was really cool. We learned a lot from that war, so that's probably the most epic war. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up there. There are still quite a few questions, but don't want this to take too long, so if your question didn't get answered, feel free to write it again down in the comments below. Leave it with the hashtag LT for Let's Talk and ask your question. I'll be coming back to this video to look for questions that I'll ask in future videos. So go ahead, ask your questions there, and hopefully in the next video I'll be able to get to them. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.